There are 12 major scales to learn on the piano from the 7 white keys and the 5 black keys. And it took me years to learn these major scales, and it didn't have to, because if you know the major scale formula, you can create a major scale from any note on the piano in just a few minutes. So let's take a look. So we're going to create a D major scale using the major scale formula. So there are 2 parts to this. The first thing we need to do is write down the notes of a D major scale. The second thing we need to do is work out if any of those notes are sharpened or flattened. So there are 7 notes on the piano: A, B, C, D, E, F and G. And every single major scale will have those 7 notes in it. Now there are 8 notes in a major scale, so we need to write those down first. So from the D, we're simply going to move up through the notes. So the 8 notes of the scale will be D, E, F, G, A, B, C and D. So those are our 8 notes. What we need to do now is work out if any of those are sharpened or flattened. And to do this, we use the formula. So let's bring the formula up. Whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half. Now we're talking about steps on the piano here. So a half step is just moving up to the nearest black or white note, like this. And you can also move down in half steps. And a whole step is simply 2 half steps. So from the D, let's start on our root note. This is the major scale we're trying to find. We know the next note is an E, but we need to find out if it's sharpened or flattened. So we use the formula. So the first part of the formula is whole, which means from this D, we're moving up a whole step. And a whole step is 2 half steps. 1, 2. So we've landed on the E and it is not sharpened or flattened. Now the next note is an F, but we need to work out if it's sharpened or flattened. So we look at the formula and next it's telling us to move up a whole step. So we do that. 1, 2, we land on this black note. So it will be an F sharp. So it is sharpened. Now you might be asking, why is this not a G flat? Well, it's because we're not doing the G yet, we're on the F. We were working out the F and the formula brought us to this black note, so we know it's an F sharp. Now the next note of the scale is a G. We need to work out if it's sharpened or flattened. Our formula tells us to move up a half step. So we land on the G here, so it's not sharpened or flattened. Now the next note is an A. So is it sharp or flat? Let's take a look at our formula. We are moving up a whole step here. So 1, 2. We land on the A. It is not sharpened or flattened. Our next note is the B. We take a look at the formula. It tells us to move up a whole step. 1, 2. So no, this B is not sharpened or flattened. Next we have the C, so let's take a look at our formula. It tells us to move up a whole step. 1, 2. So we land on this black note, so yes, this C is sharpened, it's a C sharp. And our final note is easy because it's the D, and our formula of course tells us to move up a half step to the D. So we have worked out all of our notes: D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C sharp and D. And we moved up in a series of whole steps and half steps. So from the D, whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half. And this is our D major scale. And this formula will work from any note, including the black note. So you can make any major scale using this formula. So give it a go and see how you get on. If you did enjoy this lesson, then head over to my website. I've put the link in the comments below. I have a fantastic course called Chord Jammer, and this is one of the exercises I do in the course. I take you from complete beginner all the way through to understanding chords, scales, how to improvise on the piano, and how to play all of your favorite pop songs. So like this video, subscribe to my channel, and take a look at my website. And if you do fancy taking the Chord Jammer course, you get a free 70-page ebook as well. So it's really worth it.